Hey there, my nerdy geeky loves. You guys have been asking for a tutorial on how to do your makeup, specifically using these brushes, these wonderful, beautiful things. And even though I typically would use a couple of more brushes additionally to these, I'm just going to use these because I know that a lot of you haven't used makeup pretty much in general, and so you won't have anything other than the ones that you just bought. So we're just going to go with these. If you guys want to see other tutorials like this, I can link you guys to my YouTube, but I don't really have a whole lot on there anymore. I stopped filming a while ago just because things got really hectic, but I am wanting to get back into it, so I thought this would be a good way. Heads up, this is probably not going to be edited or very, very minimally edited, so I apologize if I ramble or if this takes forever, but I want to explain as much as I possibly can to you guys. So, first of all, the majority of the time you're going to want to use a priming base for your eyeshadow. My absolute favorite, most of this is actually rubbed off, but it's the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It's a 24-hour shadow primer. You don't have to use a primer, but it is going to make your look last a lot longer. There are very few shadows that I can get away with personally where I don't have to use a primer. ColourPop is one of those, but my lids usually get pretty greasy even though the rest of my face is really dry, and so like it'll start to crease and everything like that. It just doesn't look all that great. So I use a primer. Another amazing one is Urban Decay's primer potion, and I know NYX has one. I can't remember the name of it, but NYX you can get at most drugstores and like Target and stuff. Honestly, at this point, even if you have concealer works really well too. So just trying to give you guys options because I know that a lot of you who are asking for these tutorials don't have a whole lot of makeup and you're starting with the basics. So I'm trying to give you options. Again, I know I'm rambling. I apologize. So anyways, I apply it with my fingers just because I find it easier to make sure that I actually get it everywhere. Some people use a brush. I wouldn't even know what to do with a brush. I've never used a brush. I just always make sure that my hands are clean because you don't want to have dirty hands up near your eyes. Okay, so I am using my Tarte palette because it has a lot of neutral colors and that's really what I'm wanting to do today. And that's really about it. So first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get a shadow that is close to your skin color, and that's really just gonna be a base. Once you have that base on, it's gonna be a lot easier to blend everything else into it. So if you start with a dark color, it starts to look patchy if you immediately put that onto your eye without anything underneath. So I will be choosing, I think we can go with Canvas right now, which is a really light color because I'm really pale right now. So I'm going to be taking the Elder Wand. This is really just a big fluffy brush. These are what you blend with, okay? And I'm just going to dip it into Canvas, and then I am just putting it all over my lid, focusing a lot on the crease and going just above the crease. So my eyes, when I open them, there's a crease that goes right through here, right? And then right above that is my, like the top of my eye socket, right? So you want to blend like up to the very bottom of that eye socket and into the crease and down. You don't really need to go up to the brow bone. That's really not necessary. You can, but I don't typically. If you do not have a natural crease, then you can make one. Most people of Asian descent typically don't have a crease, or they have a really, really big crease. Like it's like one or the other. But you can always change where your crease is. I mean, that's what drag queens do all the time. It is possible. My number one favorite saying comes from Jaclyn Hill, and she says all the time, it's just makeup. It can be washed off. If you don't like how something turns out, you can just wash it off and try again, or try the next day. So don't always worry about things being perfect, because they don't need to be. Ow, I just stabbed myself in the eye. Anyways, so you're going to be taking the color and just lightly brushing it on. And you're going to do that on both eyes. Mandy, Erin, Missy, if you guys are watching, these brushes are super soft. I love them. This is my first time using them. They are so soft. Oh my god. These are softer than all my Morphe brushes. And I keep stabbing myself in the eye and I don't know why. I think I'm distracted. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a slightly darker shade. And I'm just going to be adding like layers where as it progressively gets darker, and it's just to add depth. I know that sounds a little weird, but like you don't just slab on a color and like blend and then hope that everything turns out okay. Like you do have to do some layering. And if you start out with less and then build your way up to a darker color, even if you start like with a dark color but you use only a little bit of it, that's the best way to get a really good, nice blended look. So anyways, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's called Have We Met, right on the edge. And I'm gonna use the same fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go directly into my crease. I'm just gonna blend. Okay, so you blend using circular motions and windshield wiper motions. So like you're making a crescent moon, and then like you're making a circle. And that's really as crazy as blending gets. But the thing is, you gotta blend for a while. When you think you're done blending, blend some more. My eyes always take the longest out of my entire makeup look, just because I want to make sure that it looks nice and blended. Alright, I'm going to pause this and then do my other eye because it'll just be me sitting here. Okay guys, so what I've done on my eyes so far is after I finished with Have We Met, I went over to take an easel and stencil. So as you can tell, I'm just going from light to darker to darker to darker. And I just put a little bit on and blended it out. I know it doesn't really look like there's anything on my lids, but that's kind of the whole point of what I'm going for, because I'm going for a natural look. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I believe this is Ron's wand. I think, right? Which one's Ron's? I think it's this one. Anyways, it looks like a little pencil at the top, like rounded to a point. So I'm going to be taking this color, or this brush, and I'm going to be going into, let's go into, crap, I don't even know. Let's go for Broke, which is this dark brown It's a matte brown. And I'm going to just dip my brush in, and I'm going to tap off the excess because you don't need the excess there. Otherwise it will create fallout underneath your eyes, just like little bits of shadow that fall down. And I'm going to just dab it into the outer corner and then bring it up over the crease. So I'm literally making a V in the outer corner. I hope you guys can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in. No, I can't. Sorry guys, I'm doing this on my phone. So I'm just making a V, like a curved V, see? Alright, and then once I have that color on, taking the big fluffy brush, which is the Elder Wand, and I'm just going to blend it. See? So now that it's all blended, I'm going to go back in because I want it a little bit darker. So I'm going to go back into Go for Broke, and I'm just going to add a little bit more pigmentation to the color, because less is more. I apologize if you can hear my daughter watching Princess Elena in the back. It's whatever. It's keeping her quiet. Just shocking. So anyways, back with the fluffy brush and just blend. See? And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now as you can see, both sides are blended, and you can leave them this way and, you know, just add some mascara or liner. That's really up to you. Or sometimes I like to add a little bit of shine in the center of my lid or in the inner crease. So what I would do then would be take Voldemort's wand, which is this flat little brush, and this brush is specifically made to pack color on, just mostly by patting. Like you don't blend with this, you just pat. So I'm going to dip my brush into the pointillism. You can't really tell how shiny it is, but it's just a shimmer shadow. And so what I'm going to do, just patting my brush into it, tapping off the excess, and then I'm just going to lightly brush that onto the inner part of my lid and into the center. I don't want to go all the way over to where the darker color is, because I think that it typically tends to make that shadow just kind of disappear underneath all the shimmer. So do that. And another really cool trick is you can actually wet the brush. I typically would use like a setting spray or something like that and spray my brush. You can use water if you want. It works. Just don't get it drenched. Just use a little bit, and it'll make the shadow, especially the sparkly shadow, really show up. It's a really cool trick if you want it to be like bam in your face color and shimmer. I like it. Alright, and I'm focusing a little bit more on the center of the lid because it'll add just a nice little pop. Sorry, that was really stupid. And then last, I really would just add some liner and some mascara, which I'm going to do off camera because teaching you guys how to do a winged liner is a whole nother video. So I will be right back. Okay, so I personally would be finished with this look. I mean, I would add some like blush or whatever. But I know that I am kind of the outlier when it comes to the fact that my lower lashes are really dark, and so it looks like I have something on them. So for those of you who don't have really dark lower lashes / lash lines, if you take the same little pencil brush, this one right here, that you used for the outer V, you can actually take it underneath on your lower lash line and just kind of rub a little bit of the excess color onto your lashes. And that's just gonna give it a little bit more of something down below on your lower lashes. Because sometimes if you leave them completely without color, they tend to kind of look washed out. Like you've done so much on the top and then you leave the bottom done or undone and everybody's like, did you forget something? Oh, sorry, I have an eyelash in my eye. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, I personally would just add a little bit of blush and some highlight because I love some highlight. My brows were already done, and I mean, I don't have anything else on my face, but I feel like my face looks okay right now. It doesn't bother me. If you would want you know, like foundation and stuff like that, I would recommend either doing that before you do your eyes or doing it before you touch anything on your lower lashes, because of, you know, it would start to make everything under here just start to like spread out as you were blending. It wouldn't be good. So either do your eyes, the top of your eyes first, then foundation, then your lower lashes, or do your foundation first and then your eyes all by itself. So this is, yeah, basically the finished look. I literally just put some eyeliner and curled my lashes and then put on some mascara. I don't typically wear falsies unless it is a very special occasion because falsies are a pain in the ass. But if you guys enjoyed this, then please go subscribe on my YouTube channel. And I'm trying to do this more often. And yeah. Wow, my face is like really red. I am so embarrassed by this. Anyways, I love you guys so much. You all are amazing, and I hope that you all really enjoyed this. All right, bye.